Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Aim Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Guruve Namaha. Om Bhur Bhuvaswaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. Om Krishnaya Vasudevaya Hare Paramatmane Pranata Klesha Nashaya Govindaye Namo Namaha. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mokshiyamamritat. Om Shantihi Shantihi Shantihi. Hari Om Tat Sat. Welcome to Friday evening's weekly Yoga Vashistha Satsang. All of you, like clockwork, are here, and the Satsanga journey continues. Thank you for your dedicated support on your journey, on your spiritual journey, our spiritual journey, and our Satsang family. May it continue to grow with love and bhakti, devotion to God as we embark on this journey together. It's very deep, profound, full of bliss if we follow it properly with faith and with love. So let us fold our hands, be in gratitude, thank God, and many lives of your own self effort that have brought you to this stage where we are continuing to evolve. जब कई जन्मों के पुण्य एकत्रित होते हैं तो सत्संग प्राप्त होता है, गुरु की कृपा प्राप्त होती है. So with this, let's join together and thank God, thank our Guru, thank our scriptures, our humble prostrations to the all-pervading Brahman, to our worshipful Guruji, Swami JyotirmayAnanda Maharaj, to all sages and saints, all the scriptures, all the faiths, and to the divinity in each and every one of you. हमारा दंडवत प्रणाम है उस ब्रह्मांडीय ईश्वरीय शक्ति को, हमारे परम पूज्य गुरुदेव स्वामी ज्योतिर्मयानंद जी महाराज को, सब साधु संतों को, ऋषियों मुनियों को और आप सब में विद्यमान परमेश्वर को. So may we all grow together spiritually and may we handle adversity and prosperity with equanimity. Reading today's message and the post that I had posted, I guess yesterday, Swamiji's blessings for today is on the same wavelength. Guruji says, blessed self adorations, Divyatman Ashirvad. Adversity is prosperity in the making. जो भी कठिनाई आती है उसके बाद शुभता भी आएगी, मंगल भी होगा. So adversity and prosperity alternate, but austerity, wait, watch and handle it. It will then evaporate and it will be replaced with prosperity. And failure is a stepping stone to success. Nothing happens the first time. How many times we fell down while we were crawling before we learned how to walk. Many times we did not give up. Much in the same way, failure also handle it with dexterity and with firmness. Even the darkest clouds promise bright days for the growing crops. There is sunshine, there is rain. Both are needed for the crops to be strong and to have a wholesome crop. Nothing happens in life in vain. There is a divine purpose behind everything. भगवान जो कुछ भी कार्य करते हैं उस सब के पीछे एक दिव्य योजना रहती है. There is a deep intelligence operating through everything. Sometimes we question, why me? Why am I suffering? Why did this come to me? Could it not have this way? It would have been better. It is all planned in the cosmic plan that fits perfectly. That is why it is occurring. Nothing is done without God's acknowledgement or His approval or His eyes. He's always watching everything, both good and bad, happening, like our parents watch us. But God is full of compassion. Even when we are going through difficult times, like a good parent, you take your child to the doctor to get him treated. Much in the same way, we have to handle our adversities. Do not think that you are permanently confined to a baffling situation. Another thing that happens, or people think about, oh, how long will this last? Will it be forever? Because in adversity, even little bit feels a lot. A little bit of pain feels a lot. So therefore we think it's continuing on and on and on. But that's not the case. If you go back and analyze your own life, you will see how you handled it. You came out of it. You will come out of any difficult situation, because that's simply the divine law. ये एक दिव्य योजना है, भगवान की योजना है, और अंत में सब कुछ मिथ्या ही है. Ultimately it's all an illusion from a profound viewpoint, but yet when we are dealing with it, it's not an illusion, it's very real. When we are hurting, that pain needs to be corrected. So we should do whatever we can in our capacity, but have patience. We were praying to Goddess Lakshmi the other day in her 8 forms. One of her one of her attributes is Dharya Lakshmi. Dhana Lakshmi, Dhanya Lakshmi, Dharya Lakshmi. Dhana, physical resources, money, etc. Dhanya is crops, food to eat. What would you do with the money if you can't eat? So we need food. That's her grace. And the third one is Dharya, patience. Through her grace we get patience. Otherwise, it's many people are very impatient. So here God says, look how long a mother has to keep the baby in the womb. 9 months, long time. Then the baby comes out. You have to graduate, you have to grow up. How long does it take to grow up? Long time. So much in the same way, even with spirituality, or when adversity strikes, when difficulties come, handle them with dexterity and with grace. Pray to God, resign to His will, and continue performing your duties. Pray for sure that your problems be minimized and that you get strength to handle the adversity. But don't give up. Continue to do whatever practical you need to do. Don't say God will solve it. You have to go to the doctor. God is sending you to the doctor, and the doctor is also God treating you. So all these things have to happen, but ultimately you resign to His will. If it still doesn't work out, then the prarabdha, meaning one of our karmas, prarabdha karma, the fructifying karma, is a little bit stronger, which in a way is good. God is washing us with a stronger detergent. So continue to put in your self effort to the best of your ability without complaining. Although it's easier said than done, many of us, when it's painful, when it's difficult, our natural reaction is to complain, blame, feel angry. But as you evolve, most of you are spiritual sadhaks, so most of you should see that happening, that you complain less, you are more tolerant, because unless change occurs in us, then these nouns and these adjectives and attributes don't mean much. It has to affect us at a very deep level. That's what Swamiji's message is. So continue to do your duties, and the workings of the divine plan are mysterious. Mysterious means what seems like adversity to you has come to make you stronger, to give you a pivot from which you will go into a much better direction. You have to break something to make something. The candle burns, it gives you light. The seed destroys itself and then it germinates a root. So all things have deep, deep meaning behind it in the divine plan. So a spiritual aspirant should develop a childlike trust in God. When a child is very small, for him his parents are his everything. They are his God, and he trusts them so much, holds their hand, they're so big and tall to him, he's like a little one, listens to them, he trusts them, whatever they say he will trust. Much in the same way, we should trust in the divine plan. For God, we are little children, doesn't matter our age. Even this adversity will pass away. Remind yourself, every time difficulties come, they eventually depart. After every night, there is a sunrise. All the darkness goes away. And in adversity, you increase your willpower. If you are determined, you come out stronger. Like a moon emerging out of dark clouds, shines brighter. So abundant spiritual strength you will get, and a profound insight once. And look at all the sages and saints, all these uh, look at the life of Christ, look at the life of Buddha, look at the life of any of these sages and saints that we talk about. They all have been through very difficult times in their lives. Many have life threatening diseases. Ramakrishna Paramhans had cancer, and that doesn't mean, oh, you're you're enlightened, how come you have cancer? That's all foolishness. Body has nothing to do with enlightenment, and your mind and how you feel inside and what the consciousness is. Practical realities will not change, enlightened or not. So they also have to die, sages and saints, just like everybody else. They also grow old, they also feel hungry. All things have to happen, you see. So how you approach a problem is up to you. Problem is the same. Glass is 50% water, half full. Somebody says it's only half, I wish it was full. The other one says, God, at least it's half, at least I can have something. You're so great, you gave me this much, what if I didn't even get this? So half full or half empty is how you look at that water. The water has not changed, it's exactly that. Your attitude changes. Therefore gratitude, thankfulness, acceptance gives you extra calmness and strength to bear your adversities, and you come out stronger, and you will heal quicker also. People who complain, have you noticed, they're always complaining. It takes longer to heal because they're complaining all the time. So this will pass away. It's the may God bless you with abundant strength. Continue your journey, and next time adversity comes, treat it like a challenge. You are stronger than that test. You will overcome it. With regards, Prem and Om, thine Swami JyotirmayAnanda. So, glory to our Guru for always keeping us on track, giving us motivational messages, and his book we already have in the YouTube, Art of Positive Thinking, Art of Positive Living. Very profound scriptures. So, let us do our kirtan, and then we will move on to Yoga Vashisht. For kirtan, I do want to tell you all, whoever are listening now, that Radha ji has actually sang and sent me a recording of the Satsang Kirtan, and she had requested that, which I had sent all of you. So she sent me a beautiful vocal chanting of this kirtan the way I chant it. So it's lovely to hear. So I have requested her to post it on Yogini ji's Integral Yoga group. So Radha ji, I know you're listening, so please do that when you get a chance. So the others can also listen to your chanting and enjoy your lovely voice. You do have a beautiful voice. So any talent we have should be shared with others, because otherwise it gets hidden, and it's our role. So any one of us who has the proper talent, in this case Radhaji's got a good voice and we want to acknowledge her. So so whenever she posts it, I'm sure you'll all enjoy her 2 minute or so satsang. We intentionally keep this very short, but you can hear her bhajans, and hopefully she can do some more bhajans. And all of you, I mean, Radhaji is one, but there may be many more talented people. I don't know if all of you have musical interests and sing or not, but I know Shankarji is very creative. I heard his music. I don't know if he sings, but it's wonderful to see so much excitement and enthusiasm. This kirtan, I have never explained the meanings of this, but it's very obvious, very simple to understand. It's taking each god's name. We take our guru's name, we take all the divine energies names before we get into Yoga Vashishtha, because this is chanting and this is bhakti. Bhakti, it gives us the coating of devotion. So we are oiling our hands. So we it's like cutting a jackfruit, which is sticky and gluey and difficult. Yoga Vashishtha is not an easy subject. All of you who are listening week after week, and we have been doing it for a long time, ask yourself how much you have enriched from these teachings. And you but it takes persistence, it takes effort, and it takes an introspective mind. So we have to do it in conjunction with devotion, otherwise it gets too deep at times. Therefore we do the bhajan. Anyway, enough said. So Radhaji, please, when you get a chance, post it so everybody can listen to your chant here. जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश पाहि मां श्री गणेश श्री गणेश रक्ष मां शरवण भव पाहि मां कार्तिकेय रक्ष मां जय सरस्वती जय सरस्वती पाहि मां श्री सरस्वती रक्ष मां जय गुरु शिव गुरु हरि गुरु राम जगत गुरु परम गुरु सद्गुरु श्याम ओम आदि गुरु अद्वैत गुरु आनंद गुरु ओम चिद घन गुरु चिन्मया गुरु ओम जगत गुरु ओम गुरु सच्चिदानंदा शंकराचार्य शिवानंद ज्योतिर्मयानंदा Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Shiva 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 Shivaya Namah. Hara 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 Namah Shivaya. Om Namo Narayanaya, Om Namo Narayanaya, Om Namo Narayanaya, Om Namo Narayanaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Ramachandraya, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Anjaneya, 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 Pahi Mam, Hanumanta, 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 Rakshamam. Om Shakti, Om Shakti, Om Shakti, Pahi Mam. Brahma Shakti, Vishnu Shakti, Shiva Shakti, Rakshamam. Adi Shakti, Mahashakti, Parashakti, Pahi Mam. Ichha Shakti, Kriya Shakti, Jnana Shakti, Rakshamam. Gangarani, 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 Pahi Mam. Bhagirathi, 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 Rakshamam. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Hari, Hari Om. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Hari, Hari Om. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, 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 Om. So, continuing our journey from where we left off, last Friday we were discussing wiping out the illusion of the world process, section 204. Lord Rama was expressing how he felt after enlightenment, how what his experience was. So we'll continue from that section. Sri Rama asked, O sage, how did the earth arise out of pure consciousness? How did the mountains, the water, the stone, the fire, activities, time, air, and others arise out of pure consciousness? Consciousness is that ether from which the whole world system emerged. Though I have attained enlightenment, I ask these questions for the intensification of knowledge. So basically, most of these masters and divinities and avatars do that. Intentionally, they ask such questions to help you and me. They already have everything. This Leela illusion is done to help souls who are enmeshed in the world process and to help them. Sage Vasistha said, Tell me, O Rama, how do you arise how do these things arise out of pure consciousness? You are, so this is, these gurus, they do sometimes like that, huh? Don't think that they will always, you ask a question and they will always give you immediately what you want to hear. They will say, what do you know? First you share. That's why you may have seen sometimes when a lot of times questions are asked, I want to see what everybody else has to say, because that way we all learn. If I quickly give my analysis and interpretation and how what I think, it's not what I think, it's what you think. What should it be? Use your understanding. Here Vashishth Muni is doing the same thing to Rama. He says, "Oh Rama, this question you are asking, you are already in possession of this knowledge." Like the teacher says, "Didn't we discuss this? Have we not covered this topic?" So run your brain, come up with an answer. What should it be? Then, if he's still struggling, then the teacher jumps in and he says, "Okay, right, this is how you do it." So, but Lord Rama is very courteous. He answers. Sri Rama says, "Oh sage, this world is like a dream. The earth, the mountains, the water, and all the objects of the world are mere appearances. The ether of the self alone exists, devoid of all names and forms." Now, it seems very difficult for a worldly person to understand this, that all these are appearances, meaning they don't exist. We'll say, "What do you mean they don't exist?" They exist. Of course they exist. My car is standing outside, my house is built with bricks, I go to work every day, etc., etc. They will all say that. So here Lord Rama is answering from an enlightened viewpoint. There is the difference between unenlightened and enlightened, avidya and vidya, ignorance and knowledge. So while we are in the dream, you are not awake anymore, you are in the dream only. So whatever your dream world looks like, you will only answer at that level. So here Lord Rama is saying it is consciousness that appears as the earth, the sky, the time, and all the multiplicities of this world. Everything, a grain of sand to a human being, to a drop of water, to a house. Even science tells you everything is made of atoms, isn't it? Atoms. So that is the smallest particle. So through that, you still have mountains and you have rivers and you have oceans, you have continents, you have roads. They are all made of atoms. But how? They are different. The characteristics are different, although the basic unit is the same. ऐसे ही, in the same way, consciousness is the same, but through that consciousness, different illusions appear to be the multiplicity. Through that consciousness, multiplicity appears, meaning similarity. From one source, so many things are created. From one sun, how many reflections? Countless reflections can be created. So, being nothing but water, the ocean is devoid of the multiplicity of waves, whirlpools, and foam. In the same way, pure consciousness, though manifesting in names of forms, is devoid of multiplicity. So, so many people, ultimately, it's water, it's ocean. In the ocean, there are no waves, no whirlpools, no big white frothy stuff. It's deep and calm, but through that ocean only all these things are coming up. The waves are coming up, the whirlpool is coming up. The unreality within reality is all part of this illusion, which we call maya. So it is consciousness which, without losing its transcendental nature, experiences itself as stone or ether or water or fire or wind. Basically, Rama is answering his own question. First, he asked that question, now he is answering that this is my understanding from an enlightened viewpoint. All this is nothing but a dirgha swapna, a delayed dream, all play of the consciousness, which is what we say self. Self realization, liberation, God realization, nirvana, we are always harping upon it all the time. So, what is that? To get to that state where you see the self, once you see it, there are no more questions. Till you not see it, till you are reaching that point, there are nothing but questions because of ignorance, but there are no answers. How can you answer um, till the ignorance is removed? So that has to be, it will take time, practice, sadhana, satsangas like this, constantly meditation, japa, kirtan, everything, because that's the goal. If you can decodify, demystify that secret, then nothing more needs to be done. Game over. Everything is done. No more birth and death. You have accomplished everything. Yavai bhuma tat sukham. But till that time, whatever we do is an attempt towards that journey. So Lord Rama is confirming that. He says this world comprising of I, you, this, that, me, they, him is nothing but pure consciousness or Brahman. Ultimately, it's the same consciousness in everything, but yet the appearance is different, the forms are different. Somebody, there is people we like, people we hate. People we hate also have Brahman in them. Everything is that consciousness. People we love also, same thing. So one sees a dream. In his dream they see a mountain or fire, though such a mountain does not exist. In your dream, if you see something, everything that you see, no matter how real, is all unreal, but it appears real because it's your dream, and everything is you, nothing else. It doesn't come out of, there's no physical mountain in your dream. It's your dream, but the mountain is real in your dream, isn't it? In your dream, wherever you are, your pain and pleasure are very, very real till you wake up. So, in the same way, Lord Rama is explaining, one sees this world, but it is illusory, just like your dream is illusory. You see it every night almost. Some dreams we remember, some we don't. But we do dream, then we go to deep sleep state also. So that is the journey. Mind, intellect, ego, the five elements, the mountains and the directions, all these in reality abide as if in the womb of a rock. In fact, they are expressions of indescribable illusion, which we often remind ourselves. The word is anivarchaniya. Anivarchaniya means uh, indescribable. It, you cannot say it exists, you cannot say it doesn't exist. That is why it's called illusory, because you see something but there is really nothing. But if there was really nothing, why did you see something in the first place? Why do you see a mirage? In mirage meaning it looks like water, but you go there, there is nothing. You see a snake on a rope looks like a snake. It just looks like a snake, but for you it became a snake only because you got scared. It's possible you even break your leg by falling backwards. Your leg will break for real. The snake was unreal because it was only a rope, but not for you, till somebody shows you and tells you and proves it to you that it's your illusion. Look, it's just a rope, then you will get it. But till that point, it might as well be a real snake because in your mind you have seen a snake. Same things happen to your dream. Till you wake up, they are real. So, viewed with an enlightened intellect, enlightened, that is why we say, we pray to Goddess Saraswati, give us buddhi, give us vidya. Vidya means knowledge, intuitive knowledge. So, this world is nothing but Brahman. This whole world is nothing but God's cosmic dream through which we are all floating around. And a lot of this is being discussed by not only by spiritual people but also by science. There is this quantum physics and all these theories people are talking about, that all that appears is only illusory. Nothing is seen in its real form. Even science is backing it up. So it's not just a spiritual Sanatana Dharma theory that came about a while ago. All these sages and saints had experienced it. These are cosmic ethereal vibrations that they picked up from the cosmic consciousness, and they have decoded it to the level of deep insights, deep insights. So science is kind of catching up to these concepts now. Viewed with an enlightened intellect, this world becomes Brahman, but seen through the unenlightened intellect, it continues to be a world of multiplicity. So, if one is therefore, we are in the middle. We have done many good deeds, many good punyas, many much meditation in our past lives and all, to even be here at this point listening to this. Otherwise most people will not even listen. They will not have the capacity. They will say, what is all this nonsense? Let's go to the club, let's go have some drink, something, eat something, make merry. Who has seen tomorrow? No, we will die. This is the only world we have. But an introspective sadhak, people who have done the tapasya, they will see something very different. Just like a PhD scientist doing research in his lab, for him that focus is more enjoyable than all the TV you watch and the games and politics you discuss, because he is so deeply engrossed in his research. He wants to find the cure of cancer. He wants to do something like that, and or some major innovation, breaking technology, cure a disease. And for him that becomes all consuming. Much in the same way for sages and saints and spiritual aspirants, for them this journey becomes all consuming. They don't see the world of multiplicity. They go on in their own research lab. Where is the lab? Your body. You go within. That's your laboratory. You meditate, you close your eyes, you do dharana, dhyana, samadhi. All these things are there. But for an average person who is just working, eating, making merry, for him it's like my 6 12 pack beer, this, that, and my friends, and watching a show or some dances or bars. That's it. That's the life. It's a life of multiplicity. So it's a matter of choice for the enlightenment versus unenlightened. But like we say, every sinner is a saint in the making. So we are not here to judge anybody to say we are better or not. We were also like that only at one point. But with God's grace, we have reached this state now. And also now it's easy to slip. Anybody can slip. If one ego fang will come up, somebody says something you don't like, the ego gets hurt, and then you start say, to hell with this, I don't need all this, so I'm going to go on. So hate has come now. Somebody who was very nice is suddenly turned very evil, and all the spiritual sadhana declines. So therefore I always tell all of us, including myself, that this is a journey of humility, namrata, compassion, kindness to each other, and more importantly, devotion. If your eyes are not wet with tears, all becomes useless. It is all paper to be burnt up, useless. What will you do with just intellectual knowledge? It will not give you enlightenment. It, God's grace has to come. His grace will open the doors for you, and that you will only go with a bowl in your hand. Be a servant of God. That's it. Do projects. Pray that He uses you in His projects. When you do that, then humility comes in, grace comes in, and knowledge comes in also. Vidya. That's why we pray. Pray to Goddess Saraswati for that Vidya, but with humility. If it comes with arrogance, that Vidya immediately becomes useless. It will give you fame for sure, no doubt. You may get a lot of fame, you may write a book, you may become famous, you may memorize many shlokas, you may even earn a lot of money with it. But enlightenment, no. Enlightenment will not come, because these are mandatory requirements. mandatory. If you want to go to college, you have to have high school, then you go to college. Otherwise they will say, sorry, go get your high school diploma first. That's the law. Much in the same way, spirituality works exactly like that. Therefore we say karma yoga, meaning selfless service, help others with whatever you can, not just money, your skills, your talents, your resources. If you have 5 things of something sitting in your house, give 4 away, you keep 1 or 2. 3 somebody else can use. They are eating junk in your home, not being used. So that is how you can make this world a better place through your talents. And if you have money, by all means support uh, worthy organizations or some hungry people, or do good. And then devotion, bhakti, without bhakti, without devotion, then all this is theoretical. Then meditation, devotion and meditation go hand in hand. Willpower. Why meditation? Because in meditation you go see what's happening inside the black box. The black box, we don't even know where our kidneys are, where the heart is. We are not talking the physical portions, we are talking about where is the peace, where is what gives you joy and happiness, and how do you go inwards. Because by nature everything is outgoing. Eyes will see out, ears will hear from outside, and everything is external. Here we are talking about inverting the process. Shirshashan, Shavashan, headstand, completely upside down. That's what we have to do. Instead of looking at the world with eyes open, we have to go deep within. And instead of multiplicity, we got to go see that consciousness. Where exactly is this light coming from? Ask yourself the question, who is thinking? Why are these thoughts coming to me? Who is making me think? Yes, sometimes bad thoughts come, sometimes good thoughts come. From where? Why? So therefore you ask these questions, and that turns into meditation. Deeper, deeper, slowly, slowly, it's the journey. So section 2 of 5, we continue. The world is non-existent like a dream. So Sri Rama said, O sage, dream does not exist. And since this waking world is as false as a dream, it follows that it does not exist in the 3 periods of time. Dream does not exist when you wake up. It certainly exists while you are sleeping. When you are in the dream, it's very, very real for you. So, O sage, there is no doubt in the fact that dream does not exist, and since this world of our waking state is similar to the dream state, it has no existence. So, Rama is uh, answering his Guruji based on his request of what he thinks. So he's saying this world is as real as as unreal as the dream. But then how does consciousness allow itself to assume the role of body? How can there arise the illusory modification in Brahman? And this is what most people think. We are the body. People who don't know about Yoga Vashisht or Sanatana Dharma, everybody wants to live. Who wants to die right away? Nobody wants to die. Everybody loves themselves, their life, their values. So Sat Chit Ananda, we all want to exist, we all want to know more and more. Nobody wants to be called hey dulwit, hey stupid. Nobody, whether you are educated or uneducated, doesn't matter. That word itself has a negative connotation. So we all want to know more and more. So that is Sat, truth, existence, knowledge, chit, and then we all want happiness. Have you seen anybody who says, I love unhappiness, I only want pain? Nobody wants it. So therefore we all want to be in bliss, Ananda. So Sat Chit Ananda becomes our nature. It has nothing to do with religion. It doesn't matter whether you're a Christian or a Jew or a Hindu or a Muslim or a who. How does it matter? We all want to live, we all want to have know more and more, and we all want joy, existence, happiness, bliss. Why? Because that is the essential trait of your Atma, of your consciousness, of your soul. See how deep it is? But due to ignorance, you have taken that reflection, put it on your body, and now you want your body to live forever. You see, you want the body to live forever, you want your mind to know everything, and you want to be happy in this painful world. How can you get it? Like a mirage, drinking water from a mirage and expecting your thirst to quench. Will it happen? It cannot happen. So therefore, it is coming from the consciousness, but since we are portraying it on the body, we are making the same mistake again and again in every body, not just one body. Every time we are born, we go through the same mess again and again. So, in a way, we become serial killers of our own self, isn't it? One, because why serial? Because we could have gotten enlightened in so many births. Every one of them we ignored the essentials, or we did a little bit, and we were born again and again. The cycle never terminated. That's why they say, Bad bhagi manav tan pava. We are very blessed to have a human life because we are the most evolved, supposedly the most evolved. But sometimes we work, if the mind doesn't work properly, it becomes worse than demons, worse than the worst, as we see with all these wars and all the anger and murders and rapes and this and that, totally uh, things we don't even want to think or talk about. People do. Why? So Sri Vashistha replied, this is what happens. Ether of consciousness alone exists, but you superimpose it on your body. Therefore, you say, I am the body. Now, people who are more educated, we will say, no, 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 I'm the mind. I think a lot. I get paid to think. I'm a doctor. I'm a philosopher. I'm an engineer. I'm this, I'm that. So now they have given more emphasis to the mind over the body also. So then, but are you that mind? No. When now you are in a state of shock, you're in a state of grief, or something happens, you don't know what to do, your emotions overtake you, you feel helpless, miserable, then all your titles become worthless. So, dream is subtle while waking is gross, isn't it? Your three states: waking, dream, deep sleep. Three states. Waking, you are awake, your eyes are open, you feel the music, you can hear things, you can, all your five senses are active. In sleep, your five senses, only your breath is working, but your eyes are closed, everything else is shut down. But that's the subtle body. So what's working in your dream? Subtle body. Because it's dark. In a dark room you see light. Where is that light coming from? How are you seeing a dream? How are you seeing images, pictures with colors? Full colors are coming in your dream, and experience is also coming. In a dark room, you are sleeping on a 6-foot bed. That is uh, the challenge of a physical body, a subtle body, and then the astral body. What's the astral body? We also call it the causal body. That is, why causal? Because it's the cause of your human embodiment. It's the cause. Karan Sharir. In Hindi we call it Karan. In English we call it cause. Because, in English we say because. Why do you do it? Because you have to answer. So here we are saying this is the cause. Meaning ignorance did not die in the last birth. We stayed ignorant. Therefore it is the cause of our this body. Does that make sense? So then therein lies ignorance, but you also say ignorance is bliss, and that's exactly what happens in your deep sleep state. You enjoy that deep sleep, but due to ignorance you wake up ignorant again. Nothing changed, you see. Same old. It's like what? That movie Groundhog Day, huh? Same thing again and again we do, expecting a different result. What is our life? What would you do with 100 years, 120 years, suppose you live? What changed? You did the same thing over and over and over again, isn't it? Brushing your teeth, taking a shower, eating your breakfast, going to work, reading your newspaper, watching TV, doing some satsang, some this that, and turning your TV, going to sleep, waking up again. Then we say, oh wow, wonderful. Sometimes you go on vacations, this that, then you have memories. So either you go in the past or in the future, and based on this we keep on saying, I have done this, I've lived a very such and such a life. All a dream only. Delayed dream. Quality, quality, quality. Don't run after quantity. So, dream is subtle, waking is gross. Both are illusory modifications of consciousness. Both of them. And the third one also we just discussed, which is deep sleep, I told you. But deep sleep, you feel so comfortable that you wake up and you say, ah, beautiful, I slept so nicely. Well, you were sleeping, so who's saying you slept nicely? How do you know? If you were really fully asleep, who was awake to notice that you slept so well? Gotcha? That's how it works. Basically, when you start asking questions at that deep level, you start to understand numerous world systems are nothing but pure consciousness. Numerous world systems, not only this earth planet, but there are many world systems, and they are so well covered in the Bhagavatam. It will, and we see all this Deva Asur Sangram, and we talk about heaven and hell. Almost every religion talks about that. You commit crimes, you go to hell, and you do good things, you go to heaven. Different planes of consciousness, that's what we call them. So therefore, O Rama, it is immaterial. So Guruji is answering Rama's uh, explanation. He is validating some things and he is adding on to some things. He says, O Rama, it is immaterial to inquire into the number of world systems that arise out of consciousness. Why? Like, suppose I ask you, how many dreams have you had so far? What did you dream 3 days ago? What was it? And how many? What happened with that color? You'll say, what kind of a question is that? Why would I don't know? I can't answer it. Much in the same way, Guru is saying, why ask questions that are inconsequential, immaterial to the consciousness? What is important to know is that all this creation is nothing but consciousness. If you ask the ocean, Mr. Ocean, how many waves have you generated so far? Can you please give me a number? And the ocean just smiles, and you say, there is a dumb ocean, he doesn't even know. He's creating the waves and he can't even tell me how many. Asking the sun, Mr. Sun, how many rays do you produce every day? So this is what we are trying to do with our foolish minds. Please understand. Ask the sky, how many clouds can you hold in your belly? How many will fit? You see, that is what we do as human beings. Because we are a cloud, we cannot comprehend the depth of the sky. Because we are a wave, we cannot even think of what an ocean really looks like, how deep it is, what the profundity is, and so on. Because we are just a ray of the sun, we cannot even imagine the energy and how much strength, how many rays it has. So that, my friends, is the conundrum. It will not happen overnight. It has to happen through lot of churning the mind, churning the brain, and also your hearts, not just the brain. And then your hands. Serve with your hands, love with your heart, and analyze with your head. Hands, heart, head. Three H's. Remember, don't just try to think I'll do this for 2 minutes and everything will be done. Many lifetimes are spent in this journey. So, the greater truth is the fact that Brahman did not undergo any modification. There is neither beginning nor middle nor end in Brahman. There is neither time nor space in Brahman. Very important. Most people get confused with this, and this is why science is also kind of like slowly trying to get deeper and deeper, but they're trying to look for physical proofs of everything. Physically show me this. In the physical realm, these things don't happen. When we talk about kundalini shakti, we talk about prana, these things are not visible with the naked eye or under a microscope. So this has to be, there is this energy, that's why it's called consciousness. It escapes everybody. Escapes your eyes cannot see it, ears cannot hear it, nose cannot smell it, tongue cannot taste it, touch cannot feel it. What will you do? These are all the five senses you got. You got anything more? Yeah, you'll say, I have a mind, I have an intellect. Okay, fine. So they also can't reach there. They are far, far away. Your unconscious cannot even reach there. That is simply a storehouse of your karmas. So then who are you? How do you reach there? So that is the journey that you have to keep on churning. You know what churning is? You take milk and you keep on churning. What will happen? Yeah, it will become butter. And what will happen to butter? Butter floats on the milk. The same milk becomes butter. But will it become butter on its own? No. It will go bad, but it will not become butter. So what happens? Churning is needed. Churn, churn, churn. So when you churn, that's what you must have seen in Krishna movies, where his mom used to have a matki, like a pot, earthen pot with a rod in it, and it's like a hand exercise. Actually, very good. These days we don't have that anymore, but in villages they still do. Then you churn the milk, and it becomes butter. And now the butter is floating. It will never become milk again, ever, ever, ever. Burn, done, gone. It has taken out the essence of the milk. Now if you further heat the milk, what will happen to the butter? It will become clarified butter, ghee we call it, pure. That is now used for lighting lamps. It's also used for rubbing on your body, and it's very nutritious when you eat it. All good things will come out of it. So the milk, people who say, oh, I don't have to do anything, it's my karma, let God handle it, they will remain milk only. So people who are churning, like all of us here in this satsanga, and devotees and sadhaks who are trying to find, who am I, what is my body, why am I created, what is the purpose of my life, then those are the people who are involved in churning. Then there are people churning on their own, but they are churning the wrong way with the wrong tools. They are churning with their finger. Can you make butter with your finger by rubbing it inside the milk? You will need proper tools, which we call having the proper scriptures and proper guides, the right guru to show you how to do it. Then we all join that journey and we benefit. Here, this is what God is trying to say. Trying to find Brahman is similar. You put in effort with faith and you follow these concepts till the light comes. So he says there are neither mountains nor oceans nor even the sky. All this is pure consciousness alone. In your dream you see all that, right? You see green grass in your dream, you see mountains, a river, a lion maybe. Do you know everything in your dream that you are seeing is your consciousness? One consciousness in your body creates how many blades of grass, how many parts of a lion, his legs, his mouth, his whiskers, and you see the grass, so much green grass everywhere. Every grass has a life, consciousness in it. So that is what we are saying. But who created it and how many? You will say countless, countless, millions, trillions of things came from one consciousness while you were sleeping. And when you wake up, all of it evaporates as if nothing happened. It doesn't fall on your, the grass, the lion doesn't show up on your bed when you wake up. Isn't it? He's he vanishes. No matter how much he's scaring you in your dream for real. When you wake up, you thank God. Thank God it was a dream. Yeah. And then when you wake up, you say, thank God it was a dream. When we die. So really, death is really nothing different. It's just like waking up from your dream world. So in dream, one sees a rock where there is no rock, one sees space where there is no space, isn't it? In your closed eyes, you have created this space is called Chittakash. Akash means sky, and Bhutakash means physical space. Physical space is very limited. Then Chittakash is very expansive, like the cloud data. Versus your hard drive. Hard drive can only have little bit data, but cloud a lot of it. So much in the same way, your physical space will only have one room. In one room, 20 people, let's say 10 people are in a wedding or something. They are all sleeping with different cots in that room. Now at night, everyone will have a different dream, will create a different world system, and will go everywhere else. And someone may be in Spain, someone may be in a prison, or some horrible thing, someone may be in totally a beautiful experience that he is creating. Everyone will create their own worlds in the same room, and there'll be no restriction in space. Everybody will have all the space they need for their room. Nothing will be tight. But in a living room, you try to do it, four people fit into a what do they say in English, trying to squeeze 10 pounds of potatoes in a 5-pound bag. What will happen? The bag will burst, right? So but in the astral body, no such problem. You can do all you want. Everything's happening in you only, mind you. So there is neither time nor space in Brahman. So let's analyze this. That's a very deep comment, question, because time and space, consciousness doesn't care about them. We do, always having watches, cell phone, computers, time phone, meetings, running from this meeting to that meeting, this, always busy within time or within space. Going somewhere, what is that? Space. I want to go to France, I want to go to India, I want to go see that place. That is space. I want to be here, there, time. So time and space, that consciousness is indivisible and it is infinite. So therefore, time and space become um, inadmissible to that party of consciousness. They are not allowed to enter there. Think about it. Everything that you do gets no entry. No wonder it's difficult, isn't it? No wonder most people can't digest it. This is the journey of the sadhaks. This is what the life looks like for sincere aspirants, because body, the consciousness is not. Body you are not, mind you are not, intellect you are not, ego you are not, unconscious you are not, time you are not, space you are not. What are you then? You are beyond all these things. Therefore that's why even science and all our analysis, all our philosophy, everything tumbles down to this one point of divine grace. The self shows itself to the ones it wants to. Not that it's impossible, it is, then they say it is so natural. Like you have, um, you're searching for a flashlight with your flashlight. You see, you're searching for it and asking everybody where it is. You're looking everywhere, but it's in your own hand. That's what the sages and saints tell us, that it is so obvious that it becomes totally difficult to get. But once you get it, you'll say, oh, just like once you wake up from your dream, you say, oh, now you are not scared, nothing matters. Much in the same way, but you can do both, mind you. You cannot do both. You cannot be asleep and dreaming and awake at the same time. Suppose I say, are you sleeping? You say, yes, I'm sleeping. Then you are lying, isn't it? Because if you were sleeping, you wouldn't say, I am sleeping. You would not have the answer. You could not answer because you were beyond that state of comprehension and understanding. And that is the conundrum we all face on this journey. And when you wake up, then whatever happens to your dream, what does it matter? Same happens between living in this world and getting enlightened. Those who get enlightened have simply woken up from this dream process of the world. So there are neither mountains nor oceans nor the sky. All this is our consciousness and the ether through which we created. Very difficult concept to understand. That's why people fight about this. This is the this way, this is that way. No, not this, not that, not that. So neti, neti, neti. This is Vedanta. This is the concluding portion of the Vedas through all the ultimate essence. But you can get to that state right away. That's why they say you should have bhakti, devotion, have a ishta devata, pray, do japa. It doesn't mean that God doesn't exist. No, it multiplicity is needed till you transcend that journey. So uh, there is nothing but Brahman alone once we wake up. Just as water alone surges in the ocean, in the same way, Brahman alone exists in Brahman. All this is nothing but Brahman, peaceful, formless, taintless, pure consciousness. There is neither existence nor non existence of the world. Just like you say, a dream is neither real nor unreal, because if it was real, then the lion would really bite you. Not in your dream, but also in your real life. But it's not unreal because so it's not real, and it's not unreal because you did see something, isn't it? If it was totally unreal, why would you have seen the lion in the dream and the scary feelings and your emotions and the colors? What happened to all that? So therefore wise people say it is anivarchaniya, meaning there is neither existence nor non-existence, and therein lies your sadhana, your surrender, your coming down. Just like we take a knee and we pray to God, we basically say, God, we don't know, we don't know. All our education, our mind, intellect, body is incapable to grasp your knowledge. So please give us the wisdom, the strength, the ability to comprehend these matters. And the only way for us to understand it is by reading and studying what we are already doing. We do Bhagavad Gita in the mornings, in those spiritual snacks, as Meeraji calls it, and she called it a feast, I think, because she was so happy to see Bhagavad Gita shlokas now that we are doing every day. So that enlightens us, opens our eyes about what should we do practically. And here Yoga Vashistha gives us the profound profundities of deep concepts about enlightenment, what it is, how to get it, so on. So that is the journey of our souls. And while we are alive, we are practicing this, we are doing this effort. They say three things are the rarest. Three things are, many of you may have heard it, many of you may not have. Mumukshutva, Manushyatva, Mumukshutva, Mahapurusha, Samshrayaha. Three things are extremely, extremely rare in this world. The first is to get a human birth. Human birth, you could have been born as a crocodile or a bird or a tree or an ant, anything with consciousness you could have been. But out of all these, you got the highest promotion. You were given a human body that has ability to analyze, think, interpret, and know the difference between right and wrong, good and bad, ethical versus unethical. We humans do. So that is the first blessing that God gave us, and we have done this through many lives. So through, it's a grace. Now many people are human beings. What's so special? So therefore you need two other qualifications, but this itself is a grace. Without the human body, like even gods want human body to get enlightenment, because it's not possible in other species, because they are all bhog yoni. Bhog means they are only born to extinguish that karma, whereas in your embodiment, our embodiment, we can create karma, and we can also create a karma and get enlightened. That is the chapter we are discussing in Bhagavad Gita, and all that profound knowledge. So that is mumukshutva. So therefore, since we are human beings, if we lead a material life, eat, drink, be merry, only live at the surface of the navel and eating food and basic sense pleasures, then human life was given. But we did what? We lived an animal's life only. We were God made a mistake. He made us humans, but all we did was we reproduced. Animals reproduce. We breathe, they breathe. We eat, they also eat. We are born, they are born. We die, they also die. We produce kids, they also have them, and we love our kids, they also love them. So what is the difference then? The difference is, in humans we have the ability to do selfless work, selfless seva. We can do vivek and vairagya. We have the discrimination to do good things, and then finally we have the ability to control our senses. Now ability doesn't mean we do it. At least we know we have the ability, and those who do it are called sadhaks, saints, swamijis, enlightened souls, etc., etc. So there are all these things available to do them. It's not saying it's easy to do, certainly very much doable, but it takes self effort. We can do that. So that is the second qualification, manushyatva, mumukshutva, meaning desire. So many people have intellect, and they become doctors, they become engineers, they become very successful in the world, they become politicians, they become leaders, nothing wrong. But that is where the energy went. It didn't go into who am I, what is God, what if I don't want to be born again. Few souls think like that, not many. So therefore you have already reached that state through many, many, many years of many embodiments of tapasya. That's the second blessing. And the third blessing is Mahapurusha Samshrayaha, meaning coming in contact with an teacher, an enlightened master, a guru, a spiritual preceptor, who can bring these two things together, our human birth and our desire to attain liberation. And therefore all the glory to satsang goes, which is considered one of the gatekeepers of the palace of liberation. They say bad bhagi pai satsanga. You say it's a great blessing. So these three are the, it's not What are the three gifts? It's not money, it's not children, it's not family, because in every birth you will do that. Every birth you will have to have kids and a family and money and this and that and all these transient. When we die, not a dime can go with you, no body can go with you. You come alone, you depart alone. It is the journey of the soul. So wise ones, intellectual people or devoted people want to focus on this point and do it. Make hay, like in English we say, make hay while the sun shines. If the sun is shining and you are sleeping and not making hay, don't complain later that I could have or I should have. Did you or not? It's that simple. So, therefore, satsanga becomes the boat that takes you across the ocean. That is the three things that are very, very rare according to Sanatana Dharma philosophy. So, once we understand this, then we start to contemplate, and then you are challenged to say, ask questions. Does it, can you um, dispute anything that's been said here? So Sanatan Dharma, that's one beautiful thing about Vedanta, is it encourages you to introspect, go deeper and deeper. Like Guruji was asking, Vashistha Muni was asking Lord Rama, why do you say that, what do you think? And then if you have questions, you ask, because that's how our doubts are cleared. That doesn't mean we'll get enlightened overnight, but slowly, 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 you are cleansing the impurities. One less worry. Once your concept is clear, then you won't have that doubt. Otherwise, sanshayatma. Sanshaya means confusion. While you are in confusion, if you don't know, there is this 99 north or 99 south, which direction you need to take, then there is no hope, because if you take the wrong one, you are going in the wrong direction totally. That is what it is. So now section 206 is very exciting, which we will just touch upon right now. Then we will cover in next Friday's satsang. It's the story of King um, Pragnapati. Pragnapati. Pragya means intuitive intellect, Pati. So Sri Rama asked, O sage, how did the pure ether of consciousness become converted into this universe? Because we just said universe is nothing but the ether of consciousness. So how far does this universe extend, and how long will it continue to exist? See, far and how long, meaning time and space. That's what it becomes. So Sri Vashistha replied, he says, this universe appears without any cause. This appear, therefore its appearance is illusory. Normally what happens is, there is a cause, then the cause produces an effect, isn't it? You have a potter, then the potter makes a pot. You have a jeweler, he takes the gold, he makes an ornament. So therefore there is a material cause and an efficient cause. The efficient cause creates the material cause. But in this case, Vashishth Muni is saying, in this case, there is no cause. Brahman alone exists as the only reality. Just like you create your dream, God creates this consciousness which we call the world system. We can say you were the cause of your dream, you could say that, but did you really do anything for your dream? Did you even know what you are going to watch in your dream tonight? What's cooking, what's going to happen? So therefore we are not the cause. It's just a display on the screen that keeps on happening. Otherwise it's all illusory. So in fact, Brahman alone exists as the only reality. In the ultimate final analysis, it is only that. But practically, you cannot say, oh, this is Brahman, that is Brahman. Practically, you will have to follow the rules of the society, the norms. When you go to an airport, you don't say, I am Brahman. You have to show your passport. They'll look at your ID. Everything has to be done. But internally, we are talking about, these things. So with this, we will start this story. O Rama, once upon a time there lived a great king, Pragyapati, which we will cover in next week's satsanga. So let's do Aarti now and we will conclude our satsanga for today. Hari Om Tat Sat. These are difficult topics to fully understand and comprehend, but this gives us room for thought. It opens our mind and asks us to introspect deeper and deeper, which is also very good for your meditation, by the way. When you take the meditation question of who am I, and you go deeper and deeper and deeper, it can be very interesting. So try that. And there are many other ways to address these beautiful questions. So with this, let us chant our aarti together. Again, without bhakti, this level of gyan is not going to be digested very well. It'll give us indigestion because it is very deep. And eventually, patience, we read in Swamiji's message also, patience is very important. Dharya Lakshmi, through that we will be able to transcend the ocean of this vast knowledge that we are trying to transcend. Hari Om Tat Sat. Hari Om Tat Sat. Okay. जय जय आरती विघ्न विनायक श्री गणेशा, जय जय आरती सुब्रमण्य कार्तिकेया, जय जय आरती वेणुगोपाला वेणुलोला, पाप विदुरा नवनीत चोरा, जय जय आरती वेंकटरमणा संकट हरणा, सीतारामा राधे श्यामा, जय जय आरती गौरी मनोहर भवानी शंकर, सांबा सदा शिव उमा महेश्वर, जय जय आरती राजराजेश्वरी त्रिपुर सुंदरी, महाकाली महालक्ष्मी महासरस्वती महाशक्ति, जय जय आरती आंजनेया हनुमंता, जय जय आरती दत्तात्रेया त्रिमूर्ति अवतारा, जय जय आरती सद्गुरुनाथा शिवानंदा, सद्गुरुनाथा ज्योतिर्मयानंदा, जय जय आरती विघ्न विनायक, न तत्र सूर्यो भाति न चंद्र तारकं, नेमा विद्युतो भाति कुतोऽयम् अग्निः, तमेव भान्तमनुभाति सर्वं, तस्य भासा सर्वमिदं विभाति। ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम्, उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मोक्षीय मामृतात्। ॐ सर्वेषां स्वस्ति भवतु, सर्वेषां शान्तिर्भवतु, सर्वेषां पूर्णं भवतु, सर्वेषां मङ्गलं भवतु, सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु, मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। असतो मा सद्गमय, तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय, मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय। ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते, पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शांति शांति शांति। ॐ करचरणकृतं वा कायजं कर्मजं वा श्रवणनयनजं वा मानसं वापराधं विहितं विहितं वा सर्वमेतत्क्षमस्व। जय जय करुणाब्धे श्री महादेव शंभो। जय जय करुणाब्धे श्री महादेव शंभो। जय जय करुणाब्धे श्री महादेव शंभो। समस्त लोका सुखिनौ भवन्तु। ॐ ब्रह्मर्पणं ब्रह्महवि ब्रह्मग्नौ ब्रह्मणाहुतं ब्रह्मैव तेन गन्तव्यं ब्रह्मकर्म समाधिनः। अहं वैश्वानरो भूत्वा प्राणिनां देहमाश्रितः प्राण अपान समायुक्ता पचामन्यं चतुर्विधं। हरिः ओम तत्सत। ब्रह्मर्पणमस्तु। समस्तलोकाः सुखिनौ भवन्तु। ओम शांतिः शांतिः शांतिः। Hari Om Tat Sat. Thank you all for joining today's satsang, and very profound topics today, deep. So may you all be blessed with Shakti, Bhakti, Mukti, and we will see you on Sunday morning at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time for Bhagavad Gita that Swami Lalita Priyananda ji and I do together. So may you continue to be blessed, and as we walk on this profoundly deep spiritual journey. Hari Om Tat Sat. Hari Om Tat Sat. Thank you to all of you joining in today, and Om Shanti 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 Shakti Bhakti Mukti. Hari Om Tat Sat.